Okay, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tara World and this is Review with Tara World. Okay, if you're just joining in for the first time, what do I do here exactly? Okay, this is where I give reviews about latest movie that just came out on that just uploaded on YouTube so that you can check it out. Maybe it's worth your time to check out, and also before you waste your data or probably just downloaded something that is not what you are looking for. You know that thing that what I heard that slash has been delivered. Okay, I don't know if you ever fall victim to those kind of stuff, like you going to see something else on the thumbnail and then when you downloaded the movie it's something else. So before you fall victim into any of that, that is what I'm here for. So I'm going to give you the synopsis of the movie. At the same time, I'm going to describe the characters and my thoughts on the movie, so you can check it out and come back to me. And believe me when I say this, I usually give good reviews, so you can check some of my videos and watch the movie and see if I'm actually telling you the truth. Okay, so that is it. And then if you are just being here for the first time, please click on subscribe. I would love to have you. I uploaded videos like this once every week, so please click on subscribe and like and share. I would really love to have you. Okay, so without wasting your time, let's get to it, shall we? Okay, there was this new movie that just came out and it's starring Shine Roseman. I have and this guy John Eckenham. Yeah, actually I've not really seen both of them in movies before. I actually usually see the girl, but I've not really watched a movie before. But with what I saw last night, okay, the girl just have my vote. Like, I'm actually adding her to my favorite actress. Like, she was amazing. Okay, so what's the title of this movie? It's Things You Do for Love. Yes, you say, okay, I know. When I first saw that thing, I was thinking it's going to be one of those things, you know, there's one of those movies we're saying that won't be interesting. But for some reason, I was looking if they can do it for 2.5 hours, they have to have something, right? So let me just give you a little bit synopsis of the movie and what my thoughts are. Okay, the movie focused on a Christian family, yeah, Christian family that they have financial problem. Like their son was in the hospital and then they need a lot of money, and he was diagnosed with brain cancer. Yes, so and then they've been financial struggle and everything. And then this lady, they have also a daughter that works with this very arrogant rich young guy, yeah, let me put it like that. And then at the same time, she was also a very spiritual lady, like a young girl per se, and a virgin. But at the same time, when they really needed this money, she has to do what she has to do to get the money. So when she asked the boss for it, the boss asked for her body for 1 week in exchange for the 3.7 million. All right, so and then making the decision she has to make cost her a fiance, and at the same time it was too late before she get the money because the boy already died. Okay, let me stop you right there before I started blabbing my mouth and tell you all about it. So you can just go and watch the movie. And what's this title again? Is What We Do for Love. And it was written by Udoka Ison. Okay, let me stop right there. Okay, I've been seeing this Udoka. Is it Udoka or Udwak? Yes, Udwak, sorry. I've been seeing this Udwak movie, Udoka Ison. And then I tried to actually go and Google the person. I need to know who he or she is. I'm going to do that. So next time I'll tell you is a he or she. I'm telling you, this person is amazing. Like when they are given like screenwriter award, I'm going to give that person an award because I've been watching some of his or her movie and it has been very amazing. And I think they actually have a TV channel too on YouTube. So when I think they usually upload their works belong to them, but this time around I did not watch it on their blog or their channel. I watched it from Royal Heart TV. Yeah, so if you wanted to watch the movie, you can just check Royal Heart TV. That is where I get it from, and it was amazing. Like, it was very amazing. So here said and done, let me describe the characters. Yes. Okay, I'm going to start with Rachel. Yes, I love Rachel, the way she was gentle. She was, I mean, her voice was so sweet. Like, she really played the role so perfectly fine. She was so cute. The way she talked, the way she's so like, I mean, she was so warm. You know, those kind of people that they were just so warm. Just by looking at them, they were just so warm. And then she was a Christian lady, and at the same time, no matter what, she always found a way to be on a good side with Jesus. So I love that about her. And at the same time, I love her parents. Yes, like her mother. Oh my goodness, that woman was a spec. Like 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 when I'm talking about the whole vibe, I mean, the woman was like, a woman, I mean, a mother cannot actually get any better than that. I don't know about you, but she was amazing. Like she played the role perfectly, and her dad, he played the role perfectly good. Even when when he was tempted because of the 5 million he saw in his car, like it wasn't really. He kept up to his faith. He kept up to his God. Like whatsoever happened, I'm not going to be tempted. I'm not going to do what is not. And then I love the way they were Christian, and at the same time they're just okay with their God. Like I love that about that family. And the next character I'm going to talk about is Dennis. Okay, Dennis was arrogant. And then you know what's so funny about Dennis? It's almost like, I don't know about you, but I mean, being a woman, you will have met kind of Dennis, like in your life. I don't know unless your life was boring. But if your life was not boring, even if your life was boring, you would have met somebody like Dennis. Like the way he was rude to women. I love the part where he just threw those two girls out of his house, and then when the other one said, okay, I want to go upstairs and pack myself, I was like, yeah, come on, get it fuck out of my house. Like the guy was so crazy, and he keep up to the role. Like you say, the truth is, guys like that, they talk crazy. Like when the guy was like, is there something else you need? He said, yeah, come and suck my dick. Like I love that guy. And then when they gave him, I mean, when he had to switch from one, like being from crazy to coming head, oh my goodness, try to see this Dennis guy. Like he is the whole package, and I'm talking about a whole package. Yeah. All right, so I love Dennis, and I love all the characters of the female that he was actually with. I think this Gomez girl, what's her name again? Okay, I don't really remember her name, but she also was there, and then it was a fantastic movie, like amazing one. You should probably check the movie out. Okay, so what are my thoughts on the movie? Okay, here it is. Firstly, I have to say I love the way the movie actually has a spiritual thing on the inside. Let me put it like that. You see, normally when we watch Nigerian movies nowadays, they don't actually put spiritual thing, like maybe the family was a Christian or a Muslim or something like that. And then the truth is, this is Nigeria, and then almost all the time everybody has something they worship, and then at the same time they want to give this family a good family. They love each other, they do this, they do that, but they don't, there's nothing about God in it. They're going to show husband and wife going to bed at night without praying or without talking about it. They just always remove that part. And then when I was thinking about it, I get to the fact, okay, maybe the reason why it was so is because they don't want to restrict the movie to some, if they make a Christian movie, maybe it's only Christian that's going to watch it. If they make a Muslim movie, it's going to be only Muslim that's going to watch it. Maybe that is the reason why they do so. But I mean, they did so, sorry. So right now, when I saw this movie and it was so amazing, I'm a Christian, like I always say, that a spiritual woman. So you should know what's coming, right? Okay, so my thought on the movie is this. First of all, like I said, I love the way they actually play the role. Now, let me start with the family. Let me start with the father. You see, I love the part that I appreciate the part that I'm going to go real spiritual here, so be very, 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 very ready, because I don't know what was inside the person, inside Uduak Aisong, why he or she was writing this script, but I believe there is a spirit, there is something he was trying to bring out of it. Okay, let me just try and bring all the things into one before I started narrating it. I believe that I love the way God brought out the best out of the worst situation. Yes, that is how I can put it, because firstly, the first part was when they need 4 million naira for the operation, and then somebody forgot 5 million naira in the guy's car. You see, normally they will be like, okay, God just sent us the help from heaven. Like, that was what the woman said. Like, okay, you know what? God is trying to bless you and you are questioning how God is going to do it. This is God. But the guy was like, no, I'm not going to be tempted. This cannot be God. If God wanted to do something, he's not going to deprive somebody and in order to bless another person. I don't know where he got that from, because in my Bible said, I am God that bringeth one down to lift one up. So I don't know where he got that one from, but whichever way. And at the same time, he returned the money back, which we don't actually know what happens to the money, but it's almost like if you see it from the spiritual perspective, it's almost like if they actually use the money, there's going to have another problem coming at them. And I love the fact that whatsoever happened they do, the kid was going to die anyway. So I love the part how God could actually bring the best out of the worst situation. Now get this. If the lady doesn't have to push, that was how I could say it, because sometimes some situation will push you into doing some things you don't even know that you are going to do in the first place. It's almost like the situation pushed her to the wall, and the only thing she could do is, I can't go back. That means I have to break this wall. That was what happened with her, because now, you see, if she doesn't sleep with a guy, normally that guy will never, like 100% never look at her. I mean, the guy was rich and he was going out with the biggest girls. So there is no way on earth that guy will actually see her more than a cook. So it's almost like God has something he wanted to bring out from the guy, because while the guy was talking to her, the guy said, I don't know when I become this asshole. I don't know when I became this person. I used to be a good person, but because people look down on me, people always suck anyhow to me. Then when I started having money, I realized nobody really wanted. So it's almost like there was something good inside that guy, that, he got caught up with the wings, and then he miss it somewhere or the other. I gave a review one time about Kick the Door of Heaven Open. That was Adesua told me with Majid Michael. Yes, it's almost something similar. Like I used to say, there is nothing you wanted to do that somebody else have not actually done before. It's just the juicy stuff that you put in. It's the way you present it. It's the way you actually navigate the whole thing that makes sense. So that is what this movie was all about. I love the way that when the girl was pushed to the wall, she has nothing. She has nothing else to do than to kick the door of her heaven open, because she has to push it down. And then it's almost like what she thought it was a mistake, what she thought it was devil, at the same time that was what God was actually trying to use to do something. You see, I learned in that movie that just because it hurts, that doesn't mean it's not God. That was the way I actually see that scene, because normally that guy wouldn't have seen somebody like her. And at the same time, no matter what she did, the brother was actually destined to die. But it's just like, now for example, if the doctor did not tell her, like, okay, we need to transfer your brother order because you cannot afford the bills and everything. You see, if she doesn't get to that point, they've been in this mess for like over a year, close to a year. But there was never a time she gets to the point like, I want to ask my boss for the money. But when it gets to the point that she has to ask the boss for the money, and the boss was like, your body for the 3.7 million. You understand? And it was so funny because the guy has so many girls. The question is, why the hell will you want to pay 3.7 million for a maid body? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So it's almost like, you see, I don't know how you watch the movie. When you watch the movie, let me know what you think. But this is what I see. It's like from the beginning of the movie to the end, it's almost like I can see God's fingerprint in all of it. It's almost like when you are reading the book of Esther. You see, there was never a place in the book of Esther that they mentioned God. But from the beginning of the book of Esther, you will have seen God's fingerprints like all over the place. From the very moment that they brought Vashti down, it's almost like God created a space for Esther to actually be on the throne. And when they said, I'm the God that bringeth one down to lift one up, well, it kind of connotes. Anyway, so I don't know how you wanted to see the movie, but watch the movie and get back to me and let me know what you think. But I actually see God's fingerprint in all of the same. Now, if she doesn't do that, she wouldn't have met with the guy. And then if the guy doesn't actually have slept with her, the guy wouldn't have realized she's a virgin. And then this guilt was eating her up. Was eating him up. Now, I love the fact that the way you actually go from one place to another. The guy starts from guilt into seeking for forgiveness. And from seeking for forgiveness, now he wants to have lunch. And from having lunch, now he wants to have dinner. And from having dinner, now he wants to invite her out. From how the process. And then he was already in love with her before he actually know it. And it was so amazing because it was something that she wouldn't have seen the perspective of God in there. And I love the fact that when the girl actually slept with the guy, she felt so bad about herself. She felt guilty. She feels like God is angry with her. She feels like Jesus is angry with her. So I love the fact that when she thinks like, okay, I've done something evil and then Jesus will be so disappointed in me. I don't know how, if you are a spiritual person like me, or if you are a Jesus girl and then you have this relationship with Jesus and then you do something and you kind of feel like, how Jesus will be so disappointed in me. You know, he's like, he taught me better than this. I'm supposed to do more better than this, but I have no choice. And then I love the fact when she can actually spoke to her pastor about the whole situation. And I love the quote the pastor, the verses that the pastor actually used into ease her pain when he gave her the illustration of the adulterous woman in the Bible. And then when Jesus said, if any of you have not sinned, let it be the first person to throw the stone at the woman. You see, the man helped her to get to a place of peace with her, with her God. And then I love that part because we can actually learn some things in that. Because the truth is, if you don't have that kind of knowledge at that particular time, and if you are a Jesus girl, like I used to say, and then you do something like that, it might take you years to forgive yourself. And at the same time, it might take you years to even forgive the person that did wrong to you. And then, you see, devil bastard, he has a way to mess with your head and make you feel like Jesus is not with you anymore. God is not with you anymore. You are all by yourself. And then you'll be feeling this guilt and you'll be feeling so bad about yourself. But I love the fact that she was able to move past that. And then she was able to clear the path and then make her way and then realize that God is not mad at you. Jesus is not disappointed in you. Well, you did something. And the thing about being spiritual is that God doesn't actually condemn us. It is actually our spirit that condemns us. We are the one that are telling ourselves that we ain't good enough. Like if Jesus could actually spoke to that woman by the well. You remember that woman by the well, the one that already have many husbands? If Jesus could actually spoke to that woman, that means there is absolutely nothing you can do that's going to be like, go away from me, I'm done with you. So I love that part. I love how they actually get inside, deep side, and then they actually wrap this whole wisdom up in another way. You know, people believe when you are a Christian or you are righteous or you are pure, you have to be boring. But I love the fact that you don't have to be boring to be a Christian. Yeah, I love that. And I also love when God actually used the girl to bring the guy to Jesus. Let me tell you my favorite part. My favorite part is when they kissed for the first time and the girl was like, nothing can happen between us. You don't even go to church. And the guy was like, I'm going to go to church because of you. I'm going to get baptized because of you. Like, I was like, yeah, like Jesus, get that one. So I really love that scene because damn, like it's almost like the all important thing in the first way. God already knew that that boy was going to die, but he needed that guy's soul. So he just used that scenario, like sometimes like when the father was actually reading the scripture, when they needed the money and he got to the part that God will provide all of my needs according to his riches and to his glory. And then the man was like, okay, now I know that God is going to provide it. But there was no part where God actually told him, don't worry about it, your son is going to die. You see, God don't deliver bad news. And even after all of that happened, the man still believed in God. It's almost like what Job said, even though you slay me, I'm still going to trust you. That was what he did. Even though when they went through the darkest moments of their life, they were still stay with God. They still believe in God. They still have faith. I love how the writer actually wrote that. It was very, very amazing. And the director, yeah, they did a perfectly job. But it's not really like you have any episode you don't want to watch. I mean, any scene you don't want to watch. So it's almost like it's so real, it's so original, it's so very good narrated. So that movie was amazing. So if you have not checked the movie out, it's just been uploaded, I think 2 days ago or so. So if you have not watched the movie, it's titled What You Do for Love, starring what's it called? Shane Roseman. Yes, Roseman. That was the lady. She's half caste. I don't know if you've probably seen her in the movie. That was the first movie I'm saying, so it's very good. So if I have to say the buts, the only but I have in the movie was when somebody else's died while the woman was in the hospital with the son. The son has not died then, and there was somebody else inside the hospital room, and the guy was just gasping, and then he died along the way. I don't like the fact that when the nurse came in, the nurse was trying to give him CPR. Is it CPR? Yeah, the nurse was trying to give him CPR, and the guy died anyway. And then there was no doctor. No doctor actually confirmed him there. There was no way that they didn't test him. They didn't see if there was still a pulse or something. The guy just see that the guy have stopped gasping, and then he just rolled over the sheet on his head. So I've never really been to Nigeria hospital, so I don't really know how it is, but then we've watched a lot of American movies. So we actually know, like, there's no way a nurse can actually declare a man dead if the doctor and there's no record of time of death and everything. The girl just rolled over to something. And I know they tried to put that scene so that we could know how much scared they have to be for this boy. So I love that. And I have to say, that movie actually got me stand up. You know what I mean? Like, when the girl actually slept with the guy, and then she got the check, and then she got to the hospital, and the doctor said, I'm so sorry. And the doctor was cute too. And it was like, I'm so sorry, but your brother is dead. Like, I have to get up on it. I was like, no, this kind of, but those are the kind of movie I'm talking. And I'm not saying because it's a Christian movie, but they're the kind of movie you really want to watch, because it's amazing. It's going to teach you so many things, like both spiritual and physical. And what I could say about it is, don't give up on God, even when things doesn't go your way. So I'm going to stop here with this. And I'm going to stop, but that is the Bible scripture, Isaiah 55:8. He said, my ways are not your ways. And he said, my thoughts are not your thoughts. Just as high as the heaven is, that is how high my ways are higher than your ways. So when we don't get the things that we ask God for the way we thought it's going to be, that does not mean God cannot bring out something else from us. And just because the situation is hot, or it's painful, that doesn't mean it's not God. Sometimes God just needs to push you to the wall with some struggles, with some stress, with some agony, just for you to kick the door of your heaven open. Because if the girl did not have done that, the guy would not have seen her. And the guy was rich. Did I mention that? Yeah. I mean, somebody that can just give you 3.7 million for just the sex. Yeah. Anyway, that's where I'll be stopping today. So like I said, if this is your first time on my channel, please click on subscribe, and please like this video and drop your comment. Let me know you are here. Just drop hey girl for me to know you are actually here with me. Okay, I uploaded this kind of video every week, so please click on subscribe, and I would love to have you here with me. Okay, my name is Tara Wells, and thank you for watching. Bye.